Stockholm is the capital city of Sweden, located on the country's east coast. According to populationstat.com, the city spans across 14 islands, covering a total area of 188 square kilometers. It is called Venice of the North and Beauty on the Water for its expanse of bridges and canals. As of 2022, it has a population of 1,679,050. It is the most populous city in the country, accounting for 22% of Sweden's total population. According to worldpopulationreview.com, the population has a current growth rate of 1.36%. Roughly, 27% of the city's population are not native to Sweden. The largest foreign-born groups are Finns, Iraqis, and Iranians. The average age of a Stockholm resident is 38.8 years old. According to Britannica.com, Stockholm was first mentioned as a town in 1252 and was largely built by the Swedish ruler Birger Jarl. Trade agreements with Germany contributed greatly to the growth of Stockholm. It allowed citizens of the German city Lübeck to settle in Stockholm, as well as be free from any customs charges. It was designated as the Swedish capital in 1436. As a result of conflicts between Danes and Swedes, Stockholm fell under Danish rule until its liberation by Gustav Vasa in 1523. Stockholm is the largest industrial area for the country of Sweden. Major industries include metal and machine manufacturing, paper and printing, food, and chemicals. The city also serves as the headquarters of many banks and insurance agencies. It contains many government buildings as well. It is also the second largest port of Sweden. Stockholm is one of Europe's most environmentally friendly cities, with 40% of its area being parks and green spaces. With that being said, the environmental program certainly leads the way for the city in terms of a sustainability plan. Some buildings still remain from the city's founding in the 13th century. For the past 150 years, the city has been gradually expanding in circles. This has made it very walkable. The city has also been working hard to upgrade the energy efficiency of public housing from the 1960s and 70s. Stockholm began planning its largest urban development project, Hammarby Storstad, back in 1990. It is now almost complete. The district is known for its eco-cycle solution, known as the Hammarby model. The model is based on a closed eco-cycle where waste and energy use are minimized and as much as possible is recycled. Once this is complete, the residents themselves will produce half of the needed energy. Stockholm is home to unique experiences. Planet Aware tells us about top tourist attractions in Stockholm, from getting to explore the colorful streets of Old Town Stockholm to catching a ride of a boat on the Royal Canal Tour. There are so many activities you won't be able to find anywhere else. Stockholm's sustainable plan, according to Chapter 3 of A City of Walking, the city is committed to a project called Vision for the City Center. Within this plan, by 2030, they envision a walkable city that includes an inviting waterfront, more homes, ground-level shops, and attractive green areas. Here in America, the majority of the country does not have planning that allows for walkable cities. This is to our detriment, seeing that there are so many benefits to living in these cities. A CNU journal speaks on the social benefits of walkable places, such as promoting active living, improving happiness and mental health, and most notably, fostering social interaction. When is the last time you had a conversation at a stoplight? Chances are you never really have. Walkable cities aid in fostering social interaction because of the proximity you have with people in your day-to-day routine that wouldn't be possible in a car. In terms of economic sustainable practice, there is discussion about sustainable plans for urban expansion according to Stockholm's Sustainable Plan in Chapter 2 of A Growing City. Under the environmental program which controls the city's development and governance, Stockholm has 30 major urban development programs and the goal of 100,000 homes built by 2030. These projects include various public transportation railways, such as the City Banan, and focus on sustainable energy solutions and designs adapted to future climate change. These new urban developments will aid in job creation, attract tourism, and strengthen the local economy, all in all. According to Sweden.sc, Stockholm is one of Europe's top most sustainable cities. They rank second in the United Nations Sustainable Development Report, and their renewable share of total energy consumption is nearly 55%. By 2050, 2/3 of the world's total population will live in cities, and Stockholm is one city that has its eyes on sustainability for its future. To have a sustainable city, Stockholm will have to collaborate their newer technological innovations and adopt a climate budget that is set out to positively impact the climate. Stockholm has their sights on sustainability by 2040. With collaboration, their industries will develop and succeed with Stockholm's sustainability plans. Although most of Stockholm's sustainable goals are set for the future, they have mitigated some of their climate change issues in the past. In 1995, Sweden was one of the first countries to introduce a carbon tax, which has helped reduce Stockholm's dependency on fossil fuels. The carbon tax was an effective way to help emission reduction, which is necessary for Stockholm's sustainability. According to Houston 2021, a few of Stockholm's environmental initiatives are having a fossil-free, climate-positive city by 2040, adapting to climate change, having a city with clean air at low noise level, and finally, having a city free of harmful toxins and developing its biodiversity into a coherent ecosystem. According to the Stockholm for Professionals website, with the city's population growing so quickly, these initiatives may become even more challenging to adopt. But the city is prepared and has already begun its efforts towards sustainability by having 100% of its energy come from renewable resources. According to Sweden.sc, an example that shows how Stockholm's efforts have been beneficial is its housing and transportation system. These have helped reduce their carbon use. In Stockholm, houses are primarily heated by direct heating, which reduces carbon dioxide emissions. For transportation, over 850,000 people use public transportation, and their entire underground railroad system runs on green electricity. And since 2017, their buses run on renewable fuels. Future cities now should aim to mitigate climate change the way Stockholm has done it so far. According to the Arcadis Sustainable City Index of 2022, as stated previously, Stockholm ranks second in the world for being the most sustainable city. Arcadis has a system to analyze each city according to what it means to be sustainable. This is by looking at sustainability in terms of planet, people, and profit. This directly aligns with the 3 pillars of sustainability, which are environmental, social, and economic. Looking at Stockholm's Sustainable City Plan, the city clearly has done very well in all 3 spheres. Within the same report, the city ranks number 3 for their contribution to the earth, 18 on their social aspect, and 21st for their profit. Solely based on ranking, one can see that Stockholm is performing very well, but not perfect. However, because of their high ranking, it's hard to find areas for improvement. The only city having an overall higher ranking than Stockholm is the city of Oslo, Norway. The areas in need of improvement for Stockholm are in regards to their growing population. With more people, there is more energy consumption. Stockholm currently does well with energy consumption by having direct heating, but they do use biofuels. Although reusable, the form of energy does still produce carbon dioxide emissions, which contributes to climate change. Additionally, biofuels are crops that could be put towards the issue of food production and distribution. Instead, Stockholm could adopt Oslo's primary form of energy, which is hydroelectricity. Although it comes with trade-offs, such as high initial cost, the environmental and social benefits are worth it.